Mr. Wagonmaker here. Like I said, if you have questions during this tutorial, if it's Thursday and you're watching this because I'm still in the building. Now, technically you're supposed to be watching this on Wednesday. You downloaded it before you left, but I'm sure right now you're just reviewing it because you already watched this and listened to it last night. But in any case, we got a few things we're going to cover here today. I told you I'd do it in 8 minutes, so I'm not gonna prove myself wrong. I'm going to get it done in 8 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to review some more body declarations as far as formatting your CSS there. I'm going to talk about color a little bit. I'm going to talk about your text and aligning it and giving it a different font as well. So please follow along, pay attention. If you are unsure, go ahead and stop, rewind, listen to it again. If you're still unsure, just write down a question. You can ask it to me if you're on iChat or tomorrow morning or whenever it is that you're listening to this, okay? So first things first, I'm not going to spend any time reviewing because if you need some review, you can just go back and watch the video that was posted the other day, and that should help you out. But what I am going to do is I'm going to hop over to my code here, okay? And just like you will have today, you will have 3 text files, but we'll get to that more in a minute, okay? We already talked about p tags and just changing the color. We already talked a little bit about changing both the color of your background and adding an image. Okay, remember, if you want to add an image, you simply turn it to background image, colon, and then you throw a URL, and then you put it in parentheses. Now it's key, a lot of you won't put in the simple apostrophe there. It's not a quote this time, it's just an apostrophe. Go ahead and grab an image, oops, wrong spot, and drop it in there. Okay, so that's your review there as far as adding a background image. Okay, and you do that, we test it out, and it works. Okay, beautiful, pure Michigan. All right, so anyways, a couple of you have noticed that when you're opening up trying to view your HTML, you're getting something like this. If this is happening, you are doing it wrong, obviously. You are opening a CSS file, okay? Please make sure that your extension for your file is .css if it's a formatting or if your CSS file. If it's your HTML, just like we've always done, make sure they have HTML extensions. Got it? All right, let's move on. Now, if you want to align your text, it's very simple, okay? You simply will go text, align, and then you will state how you want to align it. Boom, just like that, okay? So now that p tag, in each instance, I'm just going to close this now, should be centered. Boom, boom. There you go, okay? And you notice how my background changed as well, okay? It applied to both. Got it? Questions? If so, pause it and ask me. Otherwise, here we go. We're going to keep on moving. Just quickly, we can change that to right if we want. Go back to our this, and there we go. Okay, go to our other one. Sure enough. Okay, and remember what I said about this? Okay, remember what I said about left aligning? All right, your job to do today to prove to me that you watched this is you need to iChat me. Hopefully when you see me online, you need to iChat me. And the first 10 students to iChat me or somehow contact me about the answer to what you shouldn't do as far as left aligning, I'll get you something. We'll talk some extra credit or we'll figure something out, okay? Just to prove to me that you watched this or when you watched this. So there you go. There you have it, okay? Don't tell anybody, all right? Because if I catch on and find out that people were told, that might ruin the incentive a little bit, okay? Not saying how, but it might. So anyways, let's move on. We got color. We got alignment. Now let's talk font family, okay? And it's as simple as font and family, and we can go ahead and say the world famous cracked. There we go, didn't change. Okay. Now sometimes what you may find out, and I spoke a little bit about this back in HTML, is you may find that the font doesn't change. Okay, that may be a browser issue. Whatever the case, what you want to do is probably go and try and find one that they have. So let's try this Menlo. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to have to stop the recording and start all over. And apparently that doesn't work either. I'm not going to give up quite yet. That's why. Okay, you were probably sitting here saying, Mr. Wagonmaker, you're trying to change the font of an H2, and the one that your example page doesn't even have an H2. So you caught me on that. There we go, and it does actually work. Okay, if I were to go up here and do font family, my example would have worked right away, just like it was supposed to, and Cracked will work. Although what I did say about the browser is sometimes browsers don't recognize. As you can see, I don't think I saved it. As you can see in this instance, it doesn't recognize Cracked, okay? But you can see here that it recognized Menlo, whatever Menlo is, okay? So that's a good example right there. Just be careful with that. Just because it's not changing the font doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It simply means that maybe the browser doesn't recognize your particular font. You can either switch your browser, but I'd recommend just changing your font type or your font family, okay? Moving right along, one last thing I want to talk about quick is a very easy item, and it's just font size. If you want to change your font size of a P tag or whatever tag, all you need to do is add a font size, and then it will change the font size. Okay? We can go to the other one quick. And there we go. Font size works. Okay? That's pretty much all I want to throw at you today. Other than the background, I just want to change the background a little bit. I talked a little bit before about how you can change the background. Okay? If you want to put a color and an image, you can do that. Okay, but all you need to do is simply go background blue, save it, go back, and the issue that we're having here is that my picture is too large. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to actually change this picture here, just like that, and look for a smaller image. Now these are larger images because I looked for them when we were decorating Mr. Hansen's room when he was out of the room. So yeah, these are kind of large as well. I'm going to have to throw in, I know what I'm going to have to do, what we talked about yesterday. And you can follow along. This is good review for you. No repeat, meaning my picture is tiling right now, and I obviously don't want it to tile. And just like that, there you go. Okay. Text is stuff to see still. There we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say background position center. There we go. And I will work to fix this. I don't want to deal with the code for fixing this right now, but you can actually vertical align, which we're going to have to do. I'm not quite sure why it's doing this. It never used to do this until last year's second semester. So I'm going to have to try and find the issue that we got going on here, so that we don't have our background picture cut off and it's actually right here in the center instead of way up at the top. But we'll deal with that when I return on Monday, because you got other things to do right now. And I don't know if I'm getting close to my 8 minutes or not, but we're just going to play it on the safe side. So what you're going to do today is you're going to pick a partner, and it's going to be the no communication assignment, the no vocal communication assignment. And what you are to do is you are to sit not near them. You are to, if you're sitting by them now, you're going to choose them, and then you're going to go across the room and you're going to talk without talking. Okay, you're going to communicate without talking. So iChat, cell phones, whatever it is that you want to communicate with, it's as if you were in another country. All right. Now your job is to create 2 HTML files and 1 CSS file. Make sure they're all linked together. Obviously, the HTML files are going to be formatted by the CSS file. So you should only have 1 CSS file. I want your 2 HTML files to be linked together with internal links. I want 3 H tags per HTML file. I want 3 P tags per HTML file. Okay. In addition, I want 4 links per page. I want 3 images per page. If the images link, that's fine. If they don't link, that's fine. Okay. And then finally, make sure that you get that header code in there. Okay. And make sure that you have your in tag in there. A lot of you guys and girls are not including. Oh, Barrett. Aha. Somebody, we can answer this question for you, Barrett. Okay, we'll answer it later. But anyways, back to the assignment. You'll have the next couple days to work on this, so take your time. I do expect it to be anesthetically pleasing, meaning it's good to look at. Like right now, this is not good. Okay, you can't read it. All right, so make sure you don't have any instances like this. Okay, no talking. If you have questions, iChat me, and I think that's pretty much it. Once again, do what you were told to do early on, and those of you that do that, you will get your reward. Have a great weekend. Later.